The question of Jesus' identity, his race, nationality, ethnicity, ancestry, culture, and heritage, invites a detailed examination when traditional categorizations such as Jewish are set aside as racial markers. If Jewishness is not considered a race and terms like Semitism are excluded, what descriptors apply to Jesus in his first-century context and in today's terms? This article explores this inquiry through an academic lens, drawing on historical, anthropological, and genetic evidence to provide a comprehensive summary. By analyzing Jesus' geographic origins, lineage, and cultural setting, we can infer how he might be classified both in his time and within contemporary frameworks, offering clarity on his identity without bias or religious framing. In the first century, the modern concept of race did not exist. Identity was shaped by ethnicity, tribal affiliation, and regional ties. Jesus originated from Judea, a region within the Levant under Roman authority. His lineage connected him to the ancient peoples of this area, specifically the Levantine population with roots in groups like the Canaanites, blended over millennia with influences from neighboring Philistines and Arameans. A 2019 Nature Communications study on ancient DNA from the Levant reveals that first-century Judeans exhibited a genetic profile akin to Bronze Age Canaanites, with traces of Mesopotamian and Egyptian ancestry, reflecting the region's historical interactions. His physical traits likely included olive skin, dark hair, and dark eyes, consistent with Levantine norms, as supported by forensic reconstructions like Richard Neve's 2001 study. Ethnically, he belonged to the Semitic peoples, with a heritage tracing to the Israelites and the tribe of Judah, as noted in the genealogies of Matthew and Luke, though these serve theological rather than strictly historical purposes. Historically, Jesus was born in Bethlehem, a small town in Judea about 6 miles south of Jerusalem, according to the Gospels of Matthew and Luke, and raised in Nazareth, both within the modern West Bank and Israel, respectively. His parents, Mary and Joseph, were natives of Judea, sharing the same ethnic and cultural background. The language he spoke, primarily Aramaic with some Hebrew, anchored him in the Levantine cultural sphere. Nationality, as understood today, did not apply. He was a subject of the Roman Empire, identified as a Judean under Roman provincial rule by the time of his ministry around 30 CE, following Herod the Great's reign. In contemporary terms, Jesus' identity hinges on his geographic and genetic profile. His DNA would align with the Levantine genetic cluster, encompassing modern Palestinians, Lebanese, and Syrians. A 2020 cell study indicates that current Levantine populations share about 50 to 70% ancestry with ancient Canaanite-related groups, the same foundation Jesus would have had. Under today's racial categories, such as those of the U.S. Census, he would be classified as Middle Eastern, falling under white, though this label's Eurocentric focus makes it imprecise. Ethnically, he would align with Levantine peoples, distinct from the Arab identity that emerged after the 7th century Islamic conquests, and not European, countering Renaissance depictions of pale skin and light hair. His culture and heritage reflected a 1st century Levantine lifestyle, rural, labor-oriented, and shaped by local traditions under Roman influence. In conclusion, when Jewishness is excluded as a racial or ethnic identifier, Jesus' identity emerges clearly through historical and scientific analysis. He was a 1st century Levantine man of Semitic descent, born in Judea under Roman rule, with ancestry linked to ancient Canaanite-related groups and a culture rooted in the Levant. Today, he would be classified as a Middle Eastern individual, ethnically Levantine, with no modern nationality in the 1st century sense, though his birthplace aligns with the modern West Bank. His appearance and heritage would resemble that of current Palestinians or Israelis, absent political connotations. Decisively, in today's terms, he is a Middle Eastern Levantine, with a nationality tied to the Israel-Palestine region, and a personal identity as Jesus of Nazareth.